And now, broadcasting live from the Dark Room Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to In the Know. I'm Craig Ramey.
Good morning. I'm Megan Johnson. So glad to be here this morning, Craig.
I'm so happy to be here. It's a little rainy and gloomy outside, but we always have the sunshine in here, don't we?
Speaking of sunshine, we all survived the eclipse. That was kind of fun.
Yeah,
I
think so.
I'm still here.
We wouldn't know otherwise,
I wasn't zoomed up, so I'm all here. I'm still good.
I didn't realize some people were thinking they were going to get zoomed up. I heard about that later on.
Yeah.
Nobody ever lets me know about the party. I guess whenever it is going to happen, if there's going to be some sort of eclipse that people get to go up into space on, then I'm going to be left behind because nobody told me about it.
Well, I shared with you and Zanetta also that I got to hang out with the cool kids in Havelock. Mm-hmm. So all my welding students, all the glasses are ISO. Well, so are welding helmets. So I got to go hang out there with all the welders, and that was
did you
fun.
put on a welding helmet and look at the eclipse?
I did.
Okay, and that's okay?
The picture that Zanetta posted of me, though, just has me in the fun little glasses that were retro. They Marie Minster gave them to me from 2017.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was fun. Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I know some people were disappointed about the hype, but I don't know, it was just kind of interesting. It's kind of a celestial moment.
Yes. Personally, I love being reminded that we are on a giant space rock.
Spinning.
Hurtling through space. It's easy to forget that. It's a pretty amazing thing when you think about it. And so those are the moments where it's like you can think you have control of all these little things in your life, but at the end of the day, you're on a space rock hurtling through.
Yeah, there's going to be a photobomb in your life.
And there's a giant, sun passing through and all that.
So my daughter's in Austin, and she had total darkness, which was really cool. So that was a great experience. And she was texting her dad during that time. It was fun. So she had off on that day, and so all of her friends got together and they did a fun like eclipse party.
Nice.
Yeah.
For those who are watching on the live stream, let us know what you did during the eclipse. Did you have a party? What was your favorite part about it? How are you going to celebrate the next eclipse? I don't know.
Okay. It's like 40 years from now, right? Or is it 20 years?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. I say 20 years.
Yeah,
20
I think
years.
20 years.
All right. We'll celebrate.
I'm going to be around. You going to be around?
Plan on it.
Yeah, me too.
We can plan all we want. We're on a space rock.
Hurling through the world.
I love that.
Well, we are here on our New Bern campus in our dark room studio at Public Radio East. I don't know if you said that in the beginning.
I didn't. That's great.
Okay, cool. So, so we're May 11th, and so we're so glad to be here. And, of course, Zanetta is in, I said May 11th. I didn't mean to say May 11th. It is April... What is it?
It's the
April 11th.
April 11th.
You're a month ahead.
You're close,
I read it up here at the top. But anyway, so Zanetta, good morning. She's in our booth, and she's all by herself. And there she is. And then she just gave us a quick little teaser of our guest as well, Bonita Simmons, at the end of the table. Yeah. Good morning and welcome.
And good morning to you both. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's so great to see you here. For those who are on the campus already, I'm sure have seen you around. You're our reentry or job reentry specialist?
A job placement specialist,
okay,
yes,
great,
sir.
Yeah.
But I still work in the music department
That's
as
right,
well.
Yeah. I believe you were even at maybe New Bern High School yesterday.
We were,
the music
yes.
How did that go?
It went wonderful. As a matter of fact, we had about 3 students that said they were coming to Craven and they're going to be in the music department. So, hey,
awesome.
We loved it.
Because a lot of people don't know about that program and that opportunity. And so,
and
chorus is big at New Bern High School.
It really is. Mr. Hancock does an amazing job, and he's one of our supporters, and we just love him so much. So, it's all about community.
Yeah, that's right. But that's not the only thing you do here at the college,
that's
right?
Not the only thing.
You're a very busy person, right?
Anything for the Panthers, that's
right. I know there were a couple things that you want to talk about with us today that are coming up, but one of them is the Gospel Fest that happens.
Yes.
So we always have graduation on a Friday, and then you have the Gospel Fest the following day on that Saturday,
yep.
right? So it's a great event that happens out on in the middle of the campus, out on the lawn under a tent. So for people who have never been, let's tell them what that's about.
It's about community again. It's about coming together, enjoying music. But this year we have a extra component. We've added a community resource fair because, again, we're promoting reentry. We want those persons who have had any brush with the law, who have barriers that they've been experiencing, whether it be housing or employment, to come and see the resources that we have to offer at Craven Pamlico Reentry Council. However, while they're on campus, good news, gospel is what that is. It's good news. And so while they're gathering information and getting resources, we'll have some soul food for them. And that's the good news, the gospel music that we'll be providing. And it won't just be local, it'll be regional persons who will be performing. And we have a national recording artist who's our headliner. Her name is Beverly Crawford, and she's going to, end the show really well.
Nice.
Blow the tent up. Is that it?
Kind of, sort of. But we're going to actually do a duet in the finale. So I'm looking forward to that. I grew up watching her on television.
Okay.
And so it'll be a real good experience for me as well. I had a brief conversation with her last week as we're putting together what we're going to do. So it's really fun.
Nice.
Is this a ticketed event?
It really is.
Okay.
Again, we're moving real soon, hopefully within the next year, that it can just be a free event and people can just donate to our nonprofit. However, we're not there yet, so it is a ticketed event, and so we're asking people to just go to our website or visit New Bern, and they have the ticket information there.
Okay.
Okay, and so the ticket right now includes food? Is that what you said? That's part of it, or there's just some food around?
No,
There's going to be
feeding your soul.
soul
got you.
food.
Okay.
Soul
It's for your-
food,
I got you,
Craig.
I got you.
Soul
Yeah.
food.
that's
Are you hungry already?
I am.
That's
Okay,
why
I'm with you now.
That's why I glanced at you and I was going to say, I like the play on words.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
I guess I'm just always thinking about food. That's my problem. Okay, I got you.
But there will
Breakfast.
be food there. There'll be some food trucks, and there'll be some nice little eateries that will have some things for sale.
Okay.
Again, all to just give to the community, be there for the community, show the community that we can do a whole lot of things together. It's kind of hard to do it solo, but when we come together, we can do the unthinkable.
So speaking of community, I know that your heart and soul is into the My Sister's House.
Yes.
Tell us about that, how it got started, and we're going to about an event that's coming up as well this weekend.
Oh, thank you, Megan. My Sister's House really began in 2000, 24 years ago. It was just a dream. As you all know, I'm an artist, so I would go to the prisons in North Carolina, and I went to one in Alabama to do concerts for the female population. As I would come back home and receive letters from these ladies, they will tell me that they didn't have anywhere to go when they were released. I could not believe that. I'm like, okay, so why not just go home? That was my thought. As I began to communicate with them for one reason or the other, whether the family dynamics were too toxic or the geographical location was not conducive to a successful reentry, they had various reasons why they did not want to go back home. And so my father and I at the time began putting our heads together to say, hey, we need to do something. And I'm like, yeah, we need to do something because I am a woman of action. And so we began thinking, what if there was a home for women when they come out of prison? And so my father at the time, he had a ministry in Kinston, and we just love people so much that we asked our friends and our relatives, those who had places that were vacant, because my husband and I, we had an apartment. Some friends had a trailer. We just kind of, hey, if you want a new start, then we have a place for you. It was a church project, if you would. It was part of our outreach ministry. Sure. But you can't do that for so long with just donations. So someone said, hey, why don't you get a 501c3? If you get a 501c3, you have a better chance of getting more donors and finances to support.
Opens you up to grants as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so fast forward to 2013, I began applying, but not just applying. I began bringing awareness, I should say, to the community about a need for a home for women coming out of prison because they need an address. If they have an address, then that's the start. They can get resources, they can get a whole lot of benefits.
They just get mail.
Yeah, just mail
Mail.
to prove that they exist and that they have a safe dwelling. And so in 2013, we filled out the necessary information for our 501c3 status by the Secretary of State. We received that in 2014. From 2014 to 2018, we just did different programs in the community to let people know, hey, this is what we're doing. 2018, we were donated property in the the Duffy Field community, but the house was not up to par, and so we had to do a demolition. And I was thankful that I didn't have to make that decision solely. The board of directors, and I love them. Shout out to the board. Hello. They made that decision, and so because we at that time had a little over $100,000 that people had donated and we had received grants from. So they said, hey, we want to be very prudent with the financing that we already received. So with that, we were able to begin building my sister's house. And in 2022, we finished my sister's house. 2023, we were able to have our ribbon cutting ceremony. And October of 2023, we received our first resident. And I'm happy to say on today, April the 11th, we have 3 residents, and the house is totally paid for because of our community.
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
Yes. 2,720 square feet to be exact.
You know, and how your reentry council and the home, when we just talk about an address, like you can't get a job without an address.
Right.
You know, so you can't get a driver's license without an address.
That's exactly right.
That's really one of the great parts of reentry. And we should mention that April is reentry month,
It
right?
is.
Second chance
It is.
month. Because when people are reentering the workforce for whatever reason, whether it be they were incarcerated or whether they just haven't been working for a long time for, different reasons, a lot of times you're just kind of dropped into the world and you've got no resources. Like you said, not a house, not an address. You can't get started if you don't have some of those basic things. Like, I don't have a phone, so you can't call me to tell me if I do have the job.
Right. You guys have no idea. There are days when I wish that I could help everyone, but there's so many barriers. Sometimes depending upon how long a person was in prison, they are clueless about a cell phone.
Right.
They're clueless about the benefits that they have. Sometimes I have to tell them, you know what? This is the only time that doing the wrong thing works for you because of the local reentry council. Shout out to our director, Miss Angela Wilson, who is the director of Craven Pamlico Reentry Council. We're able to give support services through our program, and that's with Miss Ashley Lee. She is our coordinator. And then my part is the job piece. I help with finding them a job. And the neat thing about my position is that not only do I serve for Craven, but I have my own nonprofit, which my sister's house is under that umbrella, Tried by Fire.
And that was the next thing I was going to touch on, right? Because we're fortunate is that there are lots of resources out there, right?
Yes.
Our legislators have stepped up, particularly in the last couple of
yes,
years,
yes.
federally and statewide, to say this is obviously a need and we all need to contribute and help this. But what the council does and what your work does is help people find those resources.
Yes.
That's really what it is. Like even in New Bern, there are lots of nonprofits, but you don't always know which one can help you and where to find it. And you provide that point of entry and an additional resource for people, for women specifically who need a home.
Yes. And what we found out with the research that we've done, Megan and Craig, is that there are a lot of homes for men. No offense, Craig, but
You look right at me. like I'm taking them all up.
But but the life givers, the women who are disconnected from their families and separated from their children,
Yes.
there aren't many homes, if any, in this area. And so we wanted to change that. The recidivism rate is high, but with more faith-based, with more people who say, hey, this is a real need, we need to do something, we can lower that day by day, woman by woman, person by person.
I want to share an experience that I had with reentry just this week alone. So I had a young man call me, and he wanted to get into the welding program, and then he asked specifically, is there any funding to help pay for this? And so I gave him, NC Works, DeJuan Clark, if he fits into that needs and qualifies. And then you have to be careful because you're not quite sure. And so I said, if you don't mind, may I ask something personal? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, do you have any justice involvement? And they get quiet. And
because that's the new term now.
Yes. And I said, have you had any brush with the law? Has there been? And then all of a sudden they're like, well, yeah, in fact, I have. And this young man had been homeless. He missed a court date. He's got some other stuff going on. So anyway, I gave him Ashley's phone number and email, and I tagged him on an email together, and I sent it to him, and he called me back and he said, "This almost seems unreal." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Are you sure this isn't a scam?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And he says,
That's what
"No,"
they feel.
he said, "This is happening too easily. He goes, "It just doesn't feel real. I don't feel like this should be falling into my lap so easily." And because now this reentry is going to pay for his tuition.
Yeah.
They're going to help him with his books.
Yes.
They're going to help him with his equipment. So he wants to make a change and do better and get a job, have a career. And so, I just had to share that with you because
that's a real story.
It is. And he's like, I can't believe this. This is just too easy. I said, "Dude, this is how we operate around here."
It's how we operate.
And if I couldn't operate easy, I couldn't do this. So anyway, and that's not the first experience that I've had working with reentry directly for any of my students.
Thank
but
you for
this
sharing
just happened
that.
this week.
You'll
Thank
do
you for
great
sharing
work.
that.
You really do.
Yeah. And I have to share with you both, there are days when my eyes are filled with tears because you're so grateful that it's not your story.
Of course.
However, you get to participate in changing the lives of so many people. And I'm adamant, our team is very adamant about doing everything we can to impact lives in an amazing way.
Every day, Bonita, I can tell you're a woman of faith. I sit down and I go, "God's put me exactly where I'm supposed to be."
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have interacted with that young man otherwise.
Yeah. I'm very, very grateful every day. I tell people I love my job. Whenever I'm not even working on my days off, I sport my Craven gear. Do you hear me?
I know you do. Yeah. So, Bonita, I know your time is short today because you have another reentry event you've got to go to.
Yes, sir.
So I want to make sure that we give you a chance to talk about the event that you have going on this Saturday.
Yes.
Right. So tell us about it. You've got a show, The Diary of a Mother, happening at Bern Civic Theatre this Saturday. So this is a benefit for Tried by Fire,
It
right,
is.
which you were talking about before. So people can come to this show and they can be entertained and they can support a nonprofit, right?
Yes, exactly.
So give us the sort of the overview of what this show is about.
This show is about a mother who is heartbroken because she has two sons who are going through this sibling rivalry. There's colorism going on, light skin, dark skin. You love him more, that type of thing.
Okay.
Husband is not supportive of her dream to be a entertainer. She loves to sing, and he makes jokes of her behind closed doors, and
That's
she
not
has
cool.
to come out. She has to come out still believing in herself. She stands up for herself, and I think, in fact, I know that the audience, regardless of what their background is, everyone will come away with something special because it hits on so many things. A lot of people want to know a couple of things. They want to know, do you see me? Do I have value? And do you hear me? Those are just, things that, as a human being, we want to know.
Right.
And so we're going to answer those questions at the play. And like you said, those people who are in attendance, they'll be able to not only be entertained, but they'll be donating to a wonderful organization.
That's great. And they'll be singing in this, obviously.
Of course they will
Just want
be.
to make sure people know that. So we're going to get to hear you do we're going to hear your beautiful voice, hear you sing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And it was written by a local gentleman as well.
Well, he's not local. He's local now. He's actually from Jones County, but he
Okay.
comes from Charlotte. And he wrote this beautiful play, especially for me. And what I love about it is because I am an entertainer, each month, as you all know, there's an awareness of some kind. So in the event, we needed to do this for a fundraiser for, let's say, Alzheimer's. He can tailor it for A Diary of a Mother. She's the mother that's dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's, So, again, I'm very grateful to his artistry and just his friendship. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event.
That's great.
That's
So
awesome.
that's this Saturday
That's
at
this
Bern
Saturday,
Civic Theatre.
yes.
All right, very good. Looking
Yes.
forward to that. So Bonita, thanks so much for coming on the
Thank
show
you.
today. Yeah, it's
Thank
been
you
great
both.
having you.
Absolutely.
For those who have joined us and watched today, we've got Gospel Fest coming
Yes.
up on May 11th.
Yes, sir.
And we have Diary of a Mother on the 13th this Saturday.
That's exactly
All right.
right.
Very good. Anything else you want to let us know before you head off to your next busy re-entry event of the day?
I would just like to just tell all the viewers again, please keep an open mind when it comes to those persons who are justice involved. Employers, give them a second chance. You never know when that justice involvement will hit your family. And you would want your family member to have a second chance, because who we were 10 years ago is not who we are today.
Beautiful way to end it.
All
Thank you. Drive safely.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Have a
much.
wonderful day.
I appreciate you both.
Oh,
Thanks.
take care.
Break a leg on Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay.
There
I
is
didn't.
no end to the work that Bonita and Reentry is doing.
No,
in Craven,
it's
Pamlico
phenomenal.
County.
Yeah, they're busy ladies.
They are.
So, of course, she's just like she just shared. You know, there's always something. There's always a day. There's always a cause. There's
Is
always
today a day?
Today is a
I
day,
love it.
and today's a fun day. Are you ready for it? National Pet Day.
National Pet Day.
And I don't mean pet like that pet. I mean like look at
Oh,
there. So,
I recognize two of them.
the two on the table. Those are yours.
Yes, they are. That's Oliver and Chewy.
Very sweet.
The only time you ever see them together is when they're eating. That's why I had to get that photo by the food table, because they're always separate otherwise.
And Zanetta, tell us who the little guys in the bottom left are.
It's Bailey, and the middle one is Takani, and the right one, he's so dumb. His name's Ryder, but we also call him Turd Ferguson.
I can't hear.
Yeah, so I'm not going to repeat the last one again, because we got that one once, but he's not smart. It's very clear that he's a dumb dog, and that's what she's told us, and we'll take her word for it.
Who's the cat in the middle?
Who's the cat?
Oh, that's Holly's cat.
And what's Holly's cat's name again? That's
Holly.
Holly's cat.
Holly,
will
I
let
have to
us
put
know.
it in there.
Yeah.
And that's my sweet Sophie at the beach. She loves the beach.
Does she have a key around her neck? What is that?
No, it's a leash.
Okay, it
It's
looked like
hooked.
oh, I see.
You know,
It looked like a
because
little
they're
skeleton key.
responsible pet owners will leash their animals at the beach because
Oh.
that's the law.
I
So
feel like that's directed at everybody you see at the beach. I got you. All right, that's fair.
yeah, so that's
National Pets Day. We
National
all love our
Pets Day.
pets.
We do love our
even if they're
pets.
dumb, right?
So, and again, this is a great way. So, Sophie was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, her full name's her adopted name was Sophie Grace. This is a great opportunity that if you're thinking about having a pet or a companion, does not have to be a four-legged one. It can be. I was going to say it could be a bunny, but they have four legs also.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
But it could be a bird, a hamster.
it could be a three-legged dog.
It
and
could
that's
be
not
a
joke.
three-legged
It could
dog.
Be a three-legged
yes,
dog.
and
yeah.
they need adoptions too.
They do.
So this is a great time for a National Pet Day to kind of think. You know, it's like when we have what is it? Daylight savings times, where you have to go
Yes.
and check boop, boop, your fire alarm. That was my
Okay, I'm glad you said fire alarm and not your pet, because I don't know how you check your pet like this.
beep, beep, my fire alarm. So, but this is a great way. Go through your fur babies members' toys and throw away the stuff that's not healthy anymore or falling apart and things like that. It's a
Okay.
good time to do it. Also, go around and check, especially if you've got puppies and kittens that like to chew. So make sure like cables and phone chargers and anything that might be toxic. Make sure you kind of Google your plants in your house.
Okay.
Verify that you've got all the vaccinations that are up to date. Make an appointment just in case. Check their collars to ensure their tags, not keys on their. We call it her jewelry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so make sure that their stuff is accurate and up to date. And of course, if you don't have a pet and you want to donate, take some supplies to a pet shelter, Humane Society. They can always use it. And of course, just give them extra love.
You got it if they want it. Like you said,
Mine
you have a
wants
dog.
it. Mine wants
you have a dog.
it.
Yeah.
She craves it.
Yes.
She'll bat me if I don't. And then
Yes.
she'll rub and
Yeah.
Yesterday was like hug your dog day, and our dog actually loves to hug. So, and she'll nuzzle her head down and go right into your chest. It's so sweet. It's very
Dogs
sweet.
are very sweet that way.
Most dogs.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yep. So National Pet Day. So I know in our feed, I don't know why, but I don't think Facebook will allow you to post pictures anymore.
In comments?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Well, if you can, if
you can do
if you're
it.
a Gen Z and you know how to do it, because we don't.
And my old Android is not doing it.
But yeah, let's see those pets.
Yeah,
Put them
see
in
the
comments.
pets,
Yeah.
or just give us the name of your pet or what you're going to do for National Pet Day.
Okay.
So,
And this also on YouTube. Maybe you can put a photo comment on YouTube. Maybe
yeah.
not. I don't know.
I
I've never
tried it again yesterday, and I couldn't make it work.
Okay.
But again, it's operator error. Very
Well,
possible.
We want to hear those pet names.
Pet names.
Maybe somebody is about to get a pet and they're trying to think of a pet name and they need to see your pet name.
Yeah, I like when
Or
people
give them an
post those
idea.
on Facebook and say, "Help us name this little crater."
So what was your name again? The full name?
Sophie Grace.
Sophie Grace. Okay.
Yeah, Sophie Grace. Yep, she was sent as a puppy to the shelter. Was adopted by a young college student in Wilmington. Lived in an apartment with another dog. She then took her back to the Humane Society, who then she was rescued by a group, like a colonial capital group, and so she was in a kill shelter, and then was adopted by a couple that lived in Greensboro but had a beach home in Wilmington. Got her back to Greensboro, and she was a hot mess.
Oh, yeah?
So she could scale a 5-foot wall, and they said she would never get more than 25 pounds, and that she was housebroken, and that she could clear a 5-foot fence. Only the last one was true. So when we got her, in fact, my husband's looked at her yesterday. He says, "Gosh, I'm so glad we didn't give up on you, because we knew if we did, it would have been
That'll
very
be the
possible
end.
she
Yep.
would have been euthanized." So she's turned out to be an awesome dog.
Great.
She's about
I'm glad to hear
6.5
that.
years old now.
Very sweet.
Yep. So you never know.
That's true.
Just like Bonita said, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yep. I mean, there are dozens of dogs and cats counting on that.
They got that look. Poor Zanetta got the dumb one in her house.
That's okay, though. I think we've all had at least one dumb pet at some point in our life, and
So-
we've loved them. No?
No,
No. Okay.
I've had smart ones.
Okay. Good for you.
But almost too smart for their own good. Like they got themselves in trouble kind of
Yeah.
smart. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep.
The dumb ones are
All right,
happy,
listen,
though.
we
Yeah,
got a lot
Z-
of stuff to talk about.
Here's
What's going
Zanetta.
on?
She said the dumb ones are happy, and that's true.
And I want to add
Yep.
the Havelock
You
Animal
know what's
Shelter
fun
is full.
Sorry.
The Havelock Animal Shelter is full
They
right
need adopters. So
Okay.
if anyone's looking
Time
for
to
an
get-
animal,
now.
they
Okay,
need
so
help.
if you're looking for an animal, check out the Havelock Animal Shelter. All right.
Perfect.
Yep. I think National Pet Day is a great story.
It is.
If you were like, when did you get your dog or cat? Well, it was National Pet Day, and I went down to Havelock, and I found my new best friend. I love it.
I like
Okay.
it too.
So we've talked about the things of the day.
Yep.
We talked about reentry.
Yep.
That means it's time for one more thing. Community events. Spring Garden Lovers Weekend and Spring Heritage Plant Sale, April 12th through the 13th. Is that starting today? That's tomorrow, sorry. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and the 14th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Tryon Palace. Garden lovers, this weekend is for you. The Tryon Palace Gardens will be 4 p.m. This weekend with free admission. I think it's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in conjunction with the plant sale with plants grown by Tryon Palace gardeners. All proceeds support the Tryon Palace Foundation's mission of education.
Beautiful pictures. I like that flyer. Very, very pretty. Okay. Decorative Arts Tour. April 12th from 4 to 5 p.m. at Tryon Palace. Visit the palace for an afternoon tour featuring some hidden gems in their collection with furniture, instruments, ceramics, and paintings. You'll learn about the origins of the pieces and all their quirks and secrets. They got quirks and secrets. This tour is offered quarterly with limited capacity. Tickets are available at tryonpalace.org. I wonder if there's quirks in the desk.
That's why you opened it up, so you could see there's
secrets.
a little quirk door.
A quirk door, and then
Yeah.
you find a secret.
You have to put on your very special latex gloves that won't hurt the quirks. Student Art Show and Art Walk. Tomorrow at the Bank of the Arts. This month's Art Walk features student art pieces from our very own Craven Community College. Student pieces will be on display in the main gallery at the Bank of the Arts for the month of April. At 6 p.m., there will be a President's Choice Award, and that piece will go on the permanent collection on campus. So when you walk around on campus, you can see from each year the one that was given the President's Choice. So we'll see which one gets it this year and where it ends up. But it's a great opportunity to see the work that our students are doing. And for our students, this is the first time they've really been on display in a gallery and get to have that experience too. So go in there and see what they've done.
I think you and I should do a promo and recreate the Hit the Mat that Juliana did.
Okay.
I think that would be quite clever.
Who's on the ground and who's standing?
Oh, I've got your face in the mat.
Oh, my face is in the mat? I'm going to hit the mat? Okay, that's fine. You going to wear the mask?
Sure.
And no shirt?
No, I'm going to put a shirt on. But I'll wear the blue tights.
Okay, that's fine. And
That'd be
then
fun.
and then while watching it, Zanetta will be crying. She'll be the one over to the side there. Yep. So we can all recreate those.
Absolutely.
But those are just two of many pieces, and it's all different mediums, right? It's not just painting. There'll be sculpture and all kinds.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, there's magic in the Midway's Spring Fling Carnival, April 12th, 15th through the 19th at 5 p.m. and April 13th through the 14th, 20th through 21st, 11 a.m. at Lawson's Creek Park. Are you looking for something for the kids to do?
Why, yes, I am.
The Magic Midway's Carnival is back. With over 30 attractions and great food, there are daily military and birthday specials for admission. So bring the family out for some fun. And if you, I see that swirly one. I think that's the one on the bottom. No, it's the one that's in the circle and the seats lay back and then they kind of lift.
Yes.
And it spins. Yeah, my daughter got terribly sick on that one.
I get sick on any of them. I can't do it.
Oh.
I can't even do the teacups. I just stand over there and watch. I'll do
I
the
like the
Ferris
big,
wheel.
like Jolly Roger one that swings back and forth. I used to
I'm
love
good.
that one. Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
I'm good. Is there a ride? I wish they would add a ride at those called I'm Good.
I'm good.
Yeah. And it's just me sitting in a chair with
or
you know,
on a on your favorite pretty horse.
yeah. Where's the broken ride? Put me on that and we'll call it I'm Good. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, you ready? Do you love me? Do I what?
I've never seen Fiddler on the Roof, so it's lost on me. I'm sorry. But
Actually, you're supposed to sing that to me, and I go, do I what?
But maybe this is my chance.
This is your chance. Right. And then you'll understand what I just did.
Fiddler on the Roof, April 12th and 13th, 19 through 20, 26 through 27 at 7 a.m., and on the 14th and 21st at 3 p.m. for the matinees. This is by the Rivertown Players, set in the little village of Anteveka. Mm-hmm. The story, I don't know the show, so I don't know how to pronounce these names. Do you know? Tevi and his $5 focuses on a tight-knit Jewish community protecting their values with the rise of anti-Semitism of Tsarist Russia. Tickets are available at rivertownplayers.org. I've heard great things about the show. I've never had a chance to see it. So
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
Is that from that show?
Yep, sure
great.
Is.
I'm sure I'll watch it and I'll hear all the songs and be like, oh, that's where it's from.
Yes.
That happens a lot.
All right. One of the first musicals I was ever in grade school.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was very strange having to sing Do You Love Me to a fifth grade boy. I'm like, no. And the funny part is because he's saying that to the wife, and the wife's like, I've got dishes to do and children to raise. And what are you talking about? Do I love you? It's really kind of, it's like down to earth. It's really, and he's just like this big dreamer. And it's a great show. Go see it. Go see it. All right, Festival of Fun. Where I get all the fun ones, don't I?
You do.
Festival of Fun, April 13th, 10 a.m., Union Point Park. Bring the family out for arts and crafts and food and games and inflatables and vendors and live music. For more information, visit newbernnc.gov. Union Point Park, Saturday at 10 a.m. Is the Glow Run this weekend or was it last weekend?
Last weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Union Point's just got everything
they
going on.
They don't stop. St. Cyprian's Art Exhibit, April 13th at noon at St. Cyprian's Episcopal Church. The art gallery at St. Cyprian's Episcopal Church will showcase African-American artists whose art pieces will be on display in the main worship space. There will be an outdoor sip and paint for kids. The show is free and open to the public, but a free will offering will be gladly accepted.
So the gentleman in the picture, he's the artist, and his name is Edward L. Hood. And he and my husband worked together for many, many years at the airport.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Little known fact.
Yeah.
Fun
Looks
fact.
like a great work of art. We'll have to go check
it's
it
beautiful. And you can see them. A lot of times he would just be sitting on the corner in New Bern. He loves to do, like local.
Oh, yes. I've seen him. I've seen him, doing the plein air painting. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's going to be a book signing and a meet and greet April 13th at 2 o'clock, Bank of the Arts. Come out and support 2 local authors with a book signing and a meet and greet where you can discuss the books with the authors themselves. Jamisha Harris, did I say that right? I hope so. Truth Is, and Victor Dove. Victor's going to be at the Bank of the Arts as well. Sorry, I thought that was part of the book title. And we'll be at Bank of the Arts this Saturday with their books. I don't know Jamisha, but I know Victor very well. He's a wonderful gentleman.
Jamisha used to be an alderman for the city of New Bern.
Really?
And she's, I believe she also was a former Craven Community College student.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, look at the title. So, Victor, for those may not know, he's part of the Oscar mortuary family. So,
okay.
Yeah. So it's called the Mortuary's Grave, Mortician's Grave. Very cool.
All right.
Wonderful people. Awesome.
The Diary of a Mother, April 13th at 6 p.m. at Bern Civic Theatre. Our very own Bonita Simmons, who we were fortunate enough to see earlier today, is bringing this unique fundraiser to the Civic Theatre to raise money for My Sister's House, a home for post-incarcerated women, as part of Second Chance Month. This show features music by Tried by Fire and will leave all in attendance feeling inspired. Tickets are available at newberncivictheatre.org.
You know what I'd like to know?
What would you like to know?
What's happening on the college?
Oh, what is happening on the college?
Well, we're going to have a student art show April 12th.
That's right.
At 5 p.m., Bank of the Arts. We already mentioned that.
Go show some support for our students tomorrow.
And?
The Founders Day Ball is also tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at the Riverfront Convention Center. This is basically like the big dance for all of our students every year, for those who don't know.
And staff, too, if they or faculty, if they want to come, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, we're also the Ultimate UAV competition at the Crystal Coast RC Club, April 13th at 9 a.m. Do we know what that is? Oh, that's the drone thing?
Unmanned aerial vehicle.
Okay. All right. Wasn't sure if I was saying it right.
I think that's right. A nursing health fair, April 17th at 9 a.m.
And a blood drive, April 18th at 9 a.m.
And finally, the State of Innovation STEM Night on April 18th at 6 p.m. So that is an event for everybody from our community. You got kids who are interested in STEM. Come out and see all the different events that we have going on for that. I believe it's all in Purdue. But this is a free event and, great way to encourage those STEM kids to see how science can be fun.
Absolutely. So I can't think of anything else that we need to talk about. Do you?
No,
We're
only
good?
That we are currently registering for
Yes.
summer classes. So if you are interested, come down and talk to us. See, there might be some scholarships available for you. We're always trying to find ways to help get you into class and remove those barriers. So there's still time to get in for May classes.
There's still help also for FAFSA. We know that, nationally, it was on the news recently that there's still a bunch of glitches. And we've got people here that will help and support you and walk you through that.
Navigate those glitches. That's what we do.
Navigate the glitches, as well as the foundation grant scholarships as well. I think there's a deadline coming up. So if you want to apply for one of them, make sure, and it's kind of like an all-in-one. So make sure you get your application in.
Very good.
Yeah. So guess what?
What?
We're going to be back here next week.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
We are going to have Dr. Shelley Hines on, and she's going to be joining us and talking about Craven County concerts.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And
It's gonna
Shelley is also, of course, one of our instructors here at the college as well.
She teaches Spanish.
See?
See.
Yeah. Let's not talk Spanish when she's here next week, because I'll fall apart very quickly.
Muy bien.
I just used it all up before she even
That
got
was
here. Yeah.
Well, we will be episode 90, so that's kind of exciting.
We're getting old.
We are.
Mature.
We're just old.
Old.
We're just old.
That's
That's
fine.
okay. It's all good.
I'm okay with it.
Yep. It just means we woke up this morning, so that's a
right.
good thing. So in the meantime, we will see you next week, but stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.